Art Now is the gathering of 11 galleries from across the province, and each showcasing commercial art, meaning that, works that you can actually purchase and take home to enjoy. We've been doing that for 8 years now. SaskTel is the organizer of the event. It's there to promote and introduce the galleries to the public in a way that brings us all working together as a group rather than featuring our galleries individually. And the galleries bring the artists that they work with in particular. I've brought a few artists here today that you may already know, like David Thalberger and Joe Fafard, Big Sikansky. But there's some new introductions. I've got Paul Morstad here this weekend, who you may have never seen before. I don't think I've ever shown him at Art Now. The opening reception is an evening where you can come and experience the work before we open to the general public. A lot of the collectors like to come and kind of get their first pick of what's available and get a little preview. We have a nice little event with a little wine and cheese. The opening night was quite exciting. There was the RSO here playing a concert, which was lovely, and a lot of people wandering around and excited about the artwork.
Art Now has supported me to reach a larger audience so that I get to, express the message that I have, which I'm very grateful for. So I'm currently working on my new piece, which I'm trying to flesh out some of the elements, kind of working some loose line work, brush work, but just trying to fill in as much areas as possible. I started making art from a very young age, and I don't quite know why I've been bestowed these gifts, but I do know that it gives me a fair amount of escapism. It's a fairly organic piece at the moment, so we're just seeing where it goes. It's loosely based on a friend of mine, so I'm trying to pay homage to their spirit. I'm using some of my kids' utensils, pencil, crayons, etc., so it's pretty open. Yeah, this is what I'm working on. Hopefully by the end of the day, it should have evolved into something, more beautiful.
Not everyone here this weekend, all the artists are from Saskatchewan, but it is important to show what we're doing here because I think we have a very vital and healthy art community, and there's a lot to see just even from our home province.
Everyone's life experiences and the way that we interpret things is all different. Just being able to see somebody, lose themselves in a piece, to forget about the trials and tribulations of their day, and to see the smiles, to see the thoughts. I think that's how art functions in a way, is to instill the quiet conversation within each of us.
This year we have a little start section, which is a few young artists that are early on in their careers. There's lots of different ways for artists to find their way through the art world. It definitely is a good idea to start reaching out to the local galleries and even to talk to the artists that are already working with that gallery. A lot of those artists will even recommend your work to the gallery, and that's a really good way of making an introduction.
For young artists just to come up, drown yourself in as much content as possible to expand your consciousness and to expand your ideas. Keep asking those questions. In Saskatchewan, the arts community is something that I've been trying to be a part of. I enjoy the idea of artists having a sense of community and being able to come together on this kind of platforms to be able to cultivate a community is something that I think we all need. And eventually I think this is going to be a thriving mecca for art that I think we're starting to cultivate it with events like this.
The value in art is different for anyone. How it makes you feel, what it makes you think about, or it might open up different ideas that you didn't even know you had until you've experienced the artwork.
I look for certain key things in art that makes it valuable for me. How does it make me feel over a period of time? Does it make me question? What does it remind me of? Is there aspects of nostalgia that it induces? All of those things are what I tend to value in artwork. The idea of stopping, making art for me is just a big no-no. I've been doing it for so long, it's kind of like who I am. It's built into the fabric of, what I do and how I think everything. The goal of Art Now is essentially to sell artwork, of course. That's why we're here. We are commercial galleries, but it's also just an opportunity to find new artists and new galleries that you may not have experienced before. So this is a good time to see a little bit of everything. Art is for everybody. The way I see these kind of fairs, it's like going to church, man. There's something profound that happens when you come to these events. And I think if you are an aspiring artist, there is nothing like just picking the brain of another artist. It's a platform to learn from. So yeah, Art Now is for everybody.
Everyone should come and check out the art. It is here for everyone to enjoy. It's a free event and anyone can come.
Make your way and come and check out the cool art at Art Now. It's definitely a place to be.
If you have program ideas you'd like to see on MaxTV Local, let us know at SaskTel.com/local.